Now that we've got the major planes blocked in on this central portion of the gun, we're going to revisit this back handle area. I've masked out this portion right here. I'm going to isolate it so we can just look at the piece we're working on. And what I want to do is I want to work into the planes that you see here. And I'm just going to do this again using the Trim Dynamic brush. So I'm going to come in here with, let's turn up the opacity just a little bit. Go to Trim Dynamic, and I'm just going to start knocking back this plane. And I'm just adding another subdivision level now. Just get a little bit more fidelity through these complex, or these compound curves I'm making. Go back to the front view, and we'll zoom in and scroll over. Dial back that opacity a little bit. And I want to go ahead and make these recessed circles here. So I'll go to the planar brush, and I'll do let's move that background image so we can see the names of the brush we're selecting. We'll do planar cut, drag rectangle, and I will select a hard edge circle here. We'll go to our brush menu, go to the depth control, and we'll set embed down. We want embed to actually embed in. And if we drag that stroke out, actually it's going to be pretty difficult to see that, so I'm going to turn up the model opacity a little bit here. And I'm going to add another subdivision level. And I'm going to dial back the embed on there. Make one circle, another circle. This time I'll change to a solid alpha. try again to get in the center. There we go. There we go. Some nice little details on there. Now the next thing we're going to want to do is get these sort of dash forms here. So I think the best way to approach that is to go to our alpha menu, and let's see if we have any alphas that would serve that purpose. And we don't offhand, so what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and create an alpha to take the position or take the place of this form here. Or we could just mask them in manually. So if I were to come back here and zoom in, I don't know that I would necessarily decide to do it this way because I wouldn't necessarily be able to create the exact same shape with my mask brush each time. So let me go to my masking pen. You might elect to do it this way. Again, this does have the drawback where you might not get the exact same form, the exact same shape each time, but it looks like it's working pretty well. Let's see what it looks like when we do our inflate, when we actually extrude these in. We'll invert that mask. I'm going to sharpen the ends by dragging a masking marquee down. And let's go back to actual size, and we'll go to the deformation inflate slider, and let's inflate these in. Go back to our opacity, turn our opacity up. Let's turn on the other objects. Zoom in here. So you can see we get a little bit of a jaggedness around the edge. That's not really what I'm looking for. Now I could try and correct that by zooming into my mask here and using a masking marquee, just like so, to sharpen up these edges. And this might be enough to work, actually. Actually, I think this is going to work just fine. I'll use my masking marquee for this. This is going to give us a much sharper mask. Not going to have all those little jagged edges over there along the sides, which is definitely what we're looking for. Great. Now I'm going to go back to my deformation slider, my deformation menu, with the inflate slider, and we'll inflate this in. There we go. That's much, much better now. Looks good. I'm going to go to my masking lasso. And using the transpose move tool, I need to actually, let's go to the back view, and to actually narrow this just slightly. Oops. There we go. So we'll go ahead and save our work.